everyone, this video review is for Back to Back by Fletcher. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog, there's a link in the post. And this is the video review. So Back to Back, Fletcher. This was very sweet. Fred's world is turned upside down when she has to deal with the arrival of PR executive Ruby on her development and construction project. Despite their personal clash, there's a chemistry between them and it leads to an undeniable attraction. But working together makes this really tricky to navigate, and that gets even harder when things on the construction site and with Ruby's PR campaign don't exactly go to plan. So this was such a great story. It was really packed with drama, loads of tension, a ton of emotion, and Ruby, she was already sceptical about her assignment. You know, she didn't really want it, and I don't think Fred's initial frostiness at her being on site helped that either. But she was enthusiastic, and when they developed an understanding and started working together, it really allowed them to explore the feelings that they started to feel for one another. So their attraction to one another seemed to take them both by surprise, actually. And I loved how well they actually got on once they'd worked that out, because they were so different. Ruby was all energetic and excited and wanting to do great things, and Fred was all like, no, health and safety, which I understand, funnily enough, I really do, and really respected her for that. So it was great how then Ruby tried to really respect Fred's rules on the site, follow them, encourage her colleagues to follow them, even if they weren't going to have the respect to listen to her. And I really felt for her when they were like, yeah, whatever, and just carried on, and she knew this was going to have consequences that potentially could ruin everything. And often that meant that Ruby was taking sort of the brunt of Fred's annoyance at the whole PR firm and everybody being there. But when they weren't on site and they started sort of exploring the history of the families who had lived on this site in the past, and they really got a chance to connect and talk and everything, Fred got, you know, they both got to see the real side of each other. And rather than those professional personas that were sort of causing that clash, they could then click. And I was happy for them because it made a more harmonious environment for them then at work, and they loved each other. You know, they'd built that connection over time, and even after all that, even those moments still laced with tension, there was then that connection between them, that the tension was shared because it wasn't caused by either one of them, it was caused by external factors. And I think things took this really unexpected turn, and Fred got hurt. Of course Fred got hurt, and my heart broke, and I worried that they'd lost everything they'd worked really hard for, and I just had to try and have hope, and I willed Ruby to try harder to get her side of things across to Fred and get them back on track, because it was so easy for her just to walk away, and that, you know, it wasn't fair to either of them, even though she thought that would be the right thing to do in the situation. So I loved this. They were joined by a whole cast of different characters. Some really infuriated me, and then I just hoped that they wouldn't allow everything that was happening to affect their future together. So it was a really great romance. It was most enjoyable, and it was something a little bit different. So I really enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. I'll pop a link in the description so that you can grab a copy of Back to Back by Fletcher, which I hope you will. If you've read Back to Back, would love to know what you thought of it. Please share your thoughts. If you haven't read it yet, but you're planning to read it, it's on your read list, or you're super intrigued and thinking, yeah, I really want to read that, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I really, really hope you enjoy it. Bye!